Learning NLP often starts with a set of presuppositions. These are statements that may or may not be true. However, it's helpful for us to proceed as if they are, because they are deeply empowering. They are convenient assumptions. There are many lists of NLP presuppositions produced in the many books and training manuals produced over the years. Let's keep this video short. I'll offer you the 12 I most often use when I'm working with teams or training people in topics where they're relevant. Number 1, the map is not the territory. People respond to the way that they interpret reality rather than to reality itself, and our interpretations are a product of our experiences, our culture, our beliefs, our values. Everything that makes us kind of filters reality and leads us to see the world in our particular way. And the way that I see the world can be very different to the way that you see the same portion of the world, because you filter reality through a whole different set of prejudices, beliefs, ideas and understandings. And of course, communication is difficult because we each interpret other people's statements through our own set of filters to produce our own map. Number 2, respect each person's model of the world. This doesn't mean we have to agree with other people's interpretations of the world, nor even share a deep understanding of them. We simply have to be respectful that we each have our own map of the world from which we interpret it. Our priority, therefore, is to understand their model of the world and work with it. Where their map is not empowering, we can question it and look for ways to bring it more in line with the way the world really is. Number 3, individuals have all the resources they need to create their desired outcomes, or they can create those resources for themselves. This presupposition suggests we all have limitless capabilities, and it also places responsibility on each individual for their own actions and choices. What limits us most tends to be our own beliefs. So when you hear someone say, or when you hear yourself say, "I can't," immediately think, "yet." Then look for the resources that you need to bridge the gap. Number 4, excellence can be modelled and duplicated. If one person can do it, why can't someone else? Modelling gives us a shortcut to creating excellence in our own performance. If we can observe excellent performance in a number of individuals within a particular arena, and we can then distill down and understand what some of their behaviours, some of their attitudes are, and repeat the right ones ourselves, then why wouldn't we get the same level of performance? Of course, the challenge is spotting the right behaviours and the right attitudes to replicate. Number 5, I am in charge of my mind and therefore of my results. If you're not in charge of your mind, then who is? This, of course, is all about personal responsibility. When we see ourselves as the cause of all our choices, we can properly take responsibility for the outcomes we get as a result of the actions we take. This presupposition links awareness to responsibility and asserts our control over our own lives. Number 6, people are only as resourceful as the mental and emotional state they're in. Our emotional state has a powerful impact on the choices that we make. Therefore, to restore a sense of resourcefulness, the ability to make good choices, we first have to address our emotional state. And 7, a person's behaviour is a representation of their current state, not of who they are. All we can really see are behaviours and outcomes. We can't know anything more about the person underneath. We have to spend a lot of time with them to build up a picture, a map of what's going on. And when people are under stress, under pressure, when they're fearful, angry, upset or frustrated, then their behaviours may not be a good representation of who they are. They are simply a representation of the way they're feeling. If we see outcomes as the result of choices, then the best way to change outcomes is to change choices. And since choices are a result of the state we are in, the best way to change outcomes is to address the state a person is in, rather than trying to change them. Number 8. All behaviour is motivated by positive intention. People make the best choices they can with the resources they have available. Have you ever acted in good faith and have your motives misunderstood? Other people have this too, so look beyond the surface of what they've done to try to understand their map of the world. Number 9. Resistance is a sign of lack of rapport. Our ability to communicate is predicated on our ability to access shared interpretations of the world. The way that we do this, of course, is by entering into rapport. When we do this, we can get a deeper understanding of the other person and use the information we get from them to tailor the way that we communicate. And when we're in rapport, it's far easier to proceed from one agreement to another. It's only when we break rapport that agreement becomes harder. Number 10. The meaning of your communication is the response you get. This asserts that what I say is not what's important. What's important is how you interpret it and respond to it. Therefore, the success or failure of my communication is all about the way that I interpret your map of the world and communicate in a way that is consistent with it, so that you can interpret my communication in the way that I intend. If I don't get the response I want, then I need to find a different way to express my message. Number 11. All outcomes are achievements. There is no such thing as failure, only feedback. Our setbacks give us new information that we can use to move forward with new confidence. This is a highly empowering presupposition which views undesired results as nothing more than feedback on our behaviours. Life is just a series of opportunities, and each opportunity provides us with more feedback. These lessons build into the real university of life. Number 12. The person who has most flexibility will get the most results. If you want to change a situation or an outcome, you have the best chance of getting the results you want if you have more options to choose from in your behaviours and choices. This gives us more control by encouraging us to take responsibility for our responses to events and to take the attitude that if at first you don't succeed, try something else. After all, if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. Please do give this video a like if you've learned from it or enjoyed it. I'll be creating loads more great management courses content for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of it. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep learning.